got here is a Sorcery Alpha box. It's 39 booster packs. Each booster pack has 3 exceptionals, 1 elite or unique. So elite is like a rare, unique is a mythic rare if you like. Uniques replace the elite 1 in every 5 packs. So we'll have 4 elites to every 1 unique we get, and they all come in that same slot. So there's only 1 of them in each pack. And then we've got 11 ordinaries and 1 sight or avatar at the back. Most of the avatars appear in the elite slot, but one of them, the sorcerer, can appear as a token, if you like, at the back of the basic sights. So in our 39 packs, we expect to get about 8 uniques, thereabouts. The remainder will be elites, about 31 of those. We expect to get about 10 foils, because 1 in every 4 packs will get a foil. And of course we've got our box topper on top. We won't open this up. Already seen what's in those in the other box openings. So if you are interested in seeing a box topper pack, you can take a look at the first box opening that I did. We're just going to crack straight into the booster packs here. So as I said, 39 packs. The reason for that slightly unusual number is that as part of the Kickstarter, because of the delays in the Kickstarter, Eric's Curiosa, who is the company that makes the game, you can see at the top there, Eric's Curiosa game, they provided an additional 3 booster packs, 1 in each stack of packs, I suppose, in the box, as an apology or a token of thanks to people for their patience with the slight delays in the Kickstarter. So that was nice. We went from 36 packs in a box to 39, and that does make quite a difference. It adds up as you're opening a few boxes. So 39 packs. I'm going to start with the left-hand stack, and we'll see what we get. So in the last box, we started with the left, moved to the middle, and didn't get any uniques at all in those first 2 stacks. And all the uniques came in the right-hand stack of packs. So we'll see if that holds true with this box, which is from the same case. Oh, nope. Does not hold true at all, because we've got, what's that in the artwork there? Yeah. It's a bit of a print line. You might be able to see that across the top. There's a bit of glare, but you can see there's a sort of line across the top. Anyway, that's a Smokestacks of Nyak, one of the unique fire sites of Industrialized Evil. Other nearby sites lose their abilities. A pretty powerful hoser, and I think as more sites come into the game, particularly sites with static abilities, because at the moment a lot of sites do just have Genesis abilities when they come into play. As we get more sites that have impactful static abilities or activated abilities, I think Smokestacks is going to become even stronger. Whoops, skipped over a couple of those ordinaries there, but no curios. And as we discussed in the last video, there are a range of curios which can also appear at an undisclosed rarity in the ordinary slot. So we get a foil in the ordinary slot 1 in every 4 packs, and that foil can be any rarity. And the curios are unique again. So we've got a dual land there, which we'll keep, sorry, dual sight, I should say, which we'll keep off to the side. And then we've got a second unique sight, Pristine Paradise, straight away. So this is one of the sites that provides all 4 colors of threshold. So it provides earth, fire, water, and air, but it provides no mana or threshold unless it's completely empty. So it can't have any avatars or minions on it, otherwise it doesn't provide threshold or mana. So we'll have a quick look through the ordinaries, see if we get a foil or a curio. And apologies for the baby crying in the background, little Isabel. Obviously not enjoying something. She just was having a nap. Thought I would try and sneak in a box opening, but it seems like that nap might be over. So we'll finish the box and then we'll go and give her a cuddle, see how she's going. And a 3rd unique sight in a row. All right, so this is like the complete opposite to the last box. The last box we went through 2/3, didn't see a single unique. Now we've seen 3 unique sights in a row. And some people have noticed that once you start getting a run of unique sights, sometimes you get a bunch. So that may be the case here. And interestingly, no foils in these first few packs. So unique, unique, unique. Smokestacks, Pristine Paradise, and Color Out of Space. So we got both of the An avatar at the back there, which will be the sorcerer. So we've got both of the 4-color, or 4 threshold lands, both of which have a different drawback. So color out of space provides no mana or threshold if it's not adjacent to a void. So if it's completely surrounded by other sites, no mana or threshold. And pristine paradise has to be completely empty. But if you can meet those conditions, then you get that extremely powerful 4 different colors of threshold out of them. So a free city, one of my favorite cards in the alpha set, works well in a range of different decks. The ability to just attack or defend makes this a pretty hard one for the opposing player to move on to, especially since the free city itself does not take any damage back. Poison Nova and an Atlas Wanderers. Nice elite there. I think that's actually our first elite for the box. We start off with 3 uniques. Sandworm, Critical Strike, the pair that always comes together, or almost always, and then that Sorcerer at the back. So not the Gridlord Curio Sorcerer, just a regular old Sorcery Sorcerer. Yeah, so what I was referring to there is that Sandworm and Critical Strike, these 2 cards, both with Vincent Pompetti art, interestingly, tend to always come together in my experience, and a few others' experience as well. Both ordinaries, but they seem to like to hang out together. Secret Tunnel Pudge Butcher, Rolling Boulder, and then another elite, the Far East Assassin. So still no foils, so this could well be the complete inverse of the last box, where we had all the foils early and all the uniques late. We might have a bunch of uniques early and then a bunch of foils late. Is that, there's a foil I think that I spot. Oh no, it's just an Autumn River. It's just a very colourful sight at the back there. Holy Ground, Quarrelsome Kobolds, Kite Archer, and a Sierra 1 Hydra. Elite number 3. So no. Grapple Shot, of course, extremely powerful ordinary. When people ask me what's the best card in the game, new players, I often just say Grapple Shot. Oh, knock the camera. Ruins for Dual Sight number 2, both Ruins, which is kind of nice. Ruins is actually the one I have the fewest of, and it's one of the most useful, so I'm not too upset about that. Unlikely Alliance. Just gonna actually rearrange my stacks here slightly. There we go. Keep knocking the ordinaries when I try to put exceptionals down. Unlikely Alliance, Pit Vipers, Sandstorm, Scarabs, Sandworm. Oh, Sandworm not next to Critical Strike. The Polar Bears managed to make their way in the middle. Swan Maidens, Sirocco Scorpions, Boss Troll, Bone Rabble, and a Tower. So 3 uniques. And then we've had a bunch, 4 elites in a row now. And still no foils yet. So we're expecting about 10 foils in the box, most likely. Master Tracker, probably one of my least favourite elites. But who knows, might find a use case as we get more stealth minions as the game evolves. Grey Wolves, a fan favourite. You can have any number in your deck, as we know from Commander and Magic the Gathering. Persistent Petitioners and Relentless Rats, having that ability is one that is always a fan favourite. And the Grey Wolves aficionados out there, there's certainly a few of them. So anyone who opens a foil Grey Wolves, I think you've definitely got a market for that. Alright, a Cornerstone with that Margaret Organ Keane artwork. Very interesting abstract art. Root Spider, one of the more powerful exceptionals. Very, very good at shutting down the opposing player. And Mask of Mayhem. So some more elites. Slowing the pace down a bit. Came out of the blocks early with 3 uniques in a row. And now we are just taking a breath for a minute, which I really don't mind. So we're getting, this is 4 packs left, including this one in the left-hand stack of packs. And no foils so far. Lighthouse, so getting slightly more dual sights than we did in the first box. In the box that we did most recently. First box we had a few. Second box, the most recent one, we didn't have so many. I think we only had 3. And this one we've already hit 3. Violimp, one of the pieces of iconic Frank Frazetta artwork in the Alpha set. The only one at Ordinary. The rest of them, of course, on unique cards. Oop. Knocked over the pile of ordinaries. Riddle Sphinx, not the most exciting of elites, but they can't all be exciting. Trin Constrictor, exceptional. Monastery Gargoyle, Blaze, and an Infernal Legion. Speaking of not particularly exciting elites, it's okay. You know, at the end of your turn, 3 damage to each other adjacent unit. It's pretty powerful. Does something immediately before your opponent can really respond. But, you know, 6 is a fair bit. I think if we start seeing some more mono fire or heavy fire decks, then Infernal Legion probably has a place in them. But at the moment, we're seeing a lot more earth and air as the core elements in decks. And then, of course, water tends to stand alone. And if you're playing water, you're probably going pretty heavy water. So at the moment, fire tends to be a bit more of a splash color, which means that Infernal Legion doesn't quite have as much of a space at the moment. All right, well, our first elite avatar, the Elementalist. Always nice to have a couple of those. Be able to trade that to some other players to help them play the very powerful Elementalist. All right, so the last pack in the left-hand stack of packs definitely slowed down a bit after those first 3 uniques out of the box. Lucky Charm. Does that mean we're going to see something good in this pack? We'll see. Torzimar Trinket, Shield Maidens, and a Boneyard. Well, it was a Lucky Charm to the extent that we got a unique. That's not bad. Still a chance for a foil. So we'll see how lucky that Lucky Charm is. A Dispel. Land Surveyor, Amazon Warriors, no foils. Nope, finishing off with a Common Sense. So, no foils in the first stack of packs, but 4 uniques. So in the first third of the box there, we got approximately half of the uniques that we're expecting to get in the box, and 0% of the foils that we're expecting to get in the box. So starting on the middle stack here, and starting off with a unique in the Grim Reaper. So this is one that wasn't spoiled and wasn't available on Curio. So before the alpha launch, there were about 30 odd cards that we hadn't had a chance to play with before. So it's 2 cost, 1 power. Unique, it's got lethal, which is basically like Death Touch from Magic. Whenever Grim Reaper kills a minion, banish that minion and all copies, search its owner's cemetery, hand, and spellbook, and banish any copies they shuffle. So pretty good for taking out, you know, an ordinary minion that's on the board, hoping to try and snipe one out of their hand, and getting rid of all of them from their cemetery and deck as well. Can definitely be a powerful hoser. I think people are sleeping on that one a little bit, because there are some decks that really do rely on particular minions, and particularly as a sideboard card against Death Speaker, for example, being able to banish all of their Apprentice Wizards or all of their Grandmaster Wizards. I know they will have already got a use out of the first one by getting it onto the board, but, you know, taking them out and not letting them get the recursion can still be pretty strong if you hit the right minion. So a Geyser, Wayfaring Pilgrim, Flood, and a Great Old One, another unique. So very heavy on the uniques already. This is number 6, and it's a very strong, very powerful, in fact, the most powerful in terms of actual absolute power in the alpha set, 16 power, and a pretty strong effect too. Genesis permanently flood the entire realm, including voids, meaning that everything is part of your body of water as long as it has a sight on it. And looks like we've got a foil in this pack too. So we'll nudge across that Elementalist there to make room for the Great Old One in the unique pile. So Roaming Monster, Longbowman, Deep Sea Mermaids, Pufferfish, Land Surveyor, and a gorgeous Lone Tower. Always happy to have more basic towers. My favourite of the basic sites in terms of artwork and game effect. And Lone Tower in particular, the colours, the pastel skyline, very much a favourite. So not bad for our first foil of the box there. Sea Serpent, Men of Leng, Blink, Ogre Goons, and the Red Desert. Off to the races in terms of foils finally. Raised Dead, Font of Life. Is that a Captain Baldassar there? It is. I just saw Captain Baldassar's hat peeking out. And that is unique number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So perhaps only one more unique in the box. We'll see. And, oh, it's a foil Conqueror Worm. So a foil Elite hiding out the back there. 2 foils in a row. And the Conqueror Worm. An Elite Beast expands your domain. Very nice artwork too. Bit sluggy, but yeah, looking pretty strong, pretty powerful up on top of that rock there. Riptide, definitely a strong ordinary. Wall of Fire and Grapple Shot. I had a lot of grapple shots at the back of packs in this box. So hitting into 2 foils. Fey Changeling, Moonclan Werewolf, Bedrock, and a Ratanus Titan. So very likely that we're going to hit a strong run of Elite packs from now on. Maybe one more unique, but it might just be foils as our big hits from now on, as well as, of course, some of the nice Elites. Could hit Mixers, could hit Grandmaster Wizards, Outside Bannerman, Chains of Prometheus, and a Windmill to go in the dual site pile. So Chains onto the Elites. These two also seem to come together. It's noticeable because they're Jussie Pilkus artworks, both of them. Fire Harpoons and Swamp Buffalo also seem to appear very often together in packs in the ordinary slots. Sedge Crabs, Entangled Terrain, Drown. Alright, so coming up to halfway through the box, already hit 7 uniques. Looks like we've got a Tony Sildo foil. I just spotted it in the middle of the pack there. Ruins, Evil Presence, and a Ghost Ship. So another Ruins. That's 3 Ruins in the box. 3 of a particular dual land. Bit of a run of those. And it's a Midland Army unique foil. Wow. Don't mind seeing a unique foil. So I'll just put these other cards down in the right piles. There you go. Midland Army, one of the pre-con uniques, one that has a very strong Deathrite ability, summon a foot soldier token to each adjacent location, so you get some value out of it if it dies, and it's also got that really strong tap to target a location 3 steps away to deal 4 damage to each unit there. So a pretty strong finisher in Earth that doesn't otherwise have a lot of ways to finish the game. Definitely something that's worth ramping into with your mixers and other ramp tools. Alright, so we'll get that up there. Got a Disenchant, Spectral Stalker, and Dryads to round out the pack. So, wow. Unique foil. Oh, and I should, of course, show the back of the Midland Army so we can see the full art there. Very, very cool. Gorgeous artwork from Tony. Always delivers the goods. So, we've got an Elite foil, a unique foil, and a foil Lone Tower. Not bad in the foil department. And then a Sneak Thief for another Elite. Alright, we've got another foil. So we've definitely got a run of foils in this middle stack here. Mark Lampreys, Cloud Spirit, Dispel, Amazon Warriors, and Aussie Hiakala. Oh, it's an Apprentice Wizard. Oh, wow, that's nice. That is one of the better ordinary foils as well. Straight into the Death Speaker deck, and it is just looking fantastic. We'll take another look at the back there. That full art, I think we might have hit this in the last box opening as well. Sorry, in the first box opening on the channel, not the last one. Take a quick peek over the ordinaries, make sure there's no curios. So definitely happy with the foils so far in this box. Alright. Autumn Unicorn, Cyclops, and a Death Speaker. Another Avatar. So we've got the Elementalist and the Death Speaker. And we've got, oh, another foil coming up. Looks like a Scavenging Fiend. not a bad one. Conjure a broken artifact to this location. I think as mixes become more powerful and more popular, I should say. I think we will see Scavenging Fiend played a little bit more in fire-based decks because conjuring a mix to the location is pretty strong. You can play this on your avatar site or use Death Speaker to summon it and just reanimate a mix for free. So, sorry, we skipped over a few cards there. Fire Harpoon, Swamp Buffalo, there's that Jussie Pilkus combo that I mentioned earlier, often appearing together. So that's 5 foils now. So we're looking at probably another 5 or so foils in the box, and maybe one more unique. Hopefully we can hit a Philosopher's Stone. Foil or non-foil. I'll take either. Felbog Frogman and a Scorched Earth for the elite. Pirate Ship. Oh, it's another foil. Another foil in a row. Wow. And I think this might be a Ratanus Titan. Wow, okay. So 2 elites and a unique foil in this box so far. Definitely not a bad one. Another Tony artwork. So we've got the Tony unique and one of the Tony elites as well. Similarly earthy, lots of knights, lots of rocks, lots of other things going on. Definitely fits in nicely with the Midland army. Ratanus Titan. Boss Control, Bone Rabble, Exorcism, and a Beast of Burden. So, well, that was a glut of foils in a row that we've had there. And a Recurring Spectre. Take the temperature down a little bit. Grey Wolves again. Always happy to see the Grey Wolves in the ordinary slot. Pit Vipers, Miracle Workers, Palibury Bats. So a bit of a uneventful pack. That's alright, they can't all be eventful. Well, I mean, they could be, wouldn't mind a God Box. Alright, True Sight Crossbow, Wayfaring Pilgrim, Divine Healing, and a Polar Explorers. Another one of those elites that's just middle of the pack, nothing too special. Sandworm Critical Strike. Rarely see one without the other. And the ordinaries round that one out. A Tring Constrictor. This looks like an east-west dragon to me. Very distinctive yellowy sort of sky going on in that east-west dragon. I thought it was two of the same card for some reason. Just out of the corner of my eye. But I was mistaken. Beast of Burden, Exorcism, and a Dark Tower. So, finishing off the middle stack, we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foils. And we're still sitting on 7 uniques, so there could be one more, I think, hiding in this box. Could be 2, but most likely to be 0 or 1 more. A Yokai Kappas, another piece of wonderful Gardu artwork. Gardu Duaso. Some rather grim-looking turtles. The old Kappas, aren't they? Just ripping someone limb from limb. Brutal. Trojan Cavalry, Sandhounds, Pirate Ship, Spin Attack, Crones, Muse, and a Rain of Arrows. So, starting here on the 3rd stack of packs, can we get a Curio? Can we get a Philosopher's Stone? Can we get some more exciting foils?
I found this on the web.
Series got some views. On the Philosopher's Stone it was. Cave Trolls and a Sorcerer at the back. Is it a Sorcerer Curio? It is not. I assume the Sorcerer Curio actually comes in the ordinary slot rather than the Avatar token slot, but I wouldn't know because I haven't pulled one. Exceptional Atlas Wanderers. So after pulling no Atlas Wanderers for a very, very long time, I'm now starting to get a bit of a glut of them. And isn't that always the way with random distribution? It'll even itself out over time. Berry, Plumed Pegasus, Wall of Air. Alright, so coming towards last 10 or so packs of this box. Got Haast Eagle, Skirmishes of Moo, Buried Treasure, and a Grandmaster Wizard. One of my favourite elites. Very powerful, very fun. Who doesn't like drawing 3 cards, eh? But then the elite pile, Sleep, Roaming Monster. So no foils for a little while here. Heat Ray, also a very strong little ordinary. Don't sleep on Heat Ray either, particularly in control decks. Really in any deck. 2 piercing damage that goes all the way down a row. Very, very strong. Flaming Sword and a Screaming Skull. Not a bad little pack there in terms of the exceptionals. And then that elite. Screaming Skull is a very, very nice one. I think one of the better cards in Battle Mage and will turn out to be a more popular card. I think anything that's colorless, anything that you can play in any element, is always going to see a bit more play than the things that are more limited, just by virtue of the fact that it is colorless. Tide Naiads, Sunken Treasure, and a Black Obelisk. One that I've very much been enjoying in the Control Death Speaker list. Good way to ramp out 2 mana a turn at the cost of 2 life. 2 life is a big cost in this game. It's harder to control the board than it is in something like Magic. But 2 mana is also a lot. It's hard to generate mana as well. So Black Obelisk can be a good one, particularly if you can ramp into some card advantage. Flanking Maneuver, Dodge Roll, Summoning Sphere, and a Puppet Master. A very unexciting elite. And nothing too exciting there, other than some fantastic artwork from Francesca on Blink. So yeah, expecting about 7 or 8 packs left, expecting about 4 of them to probably have a foil in them. And still the possibility of one more unique as well. So a Seer, this is definitely turning into a bit of a Avatar heavy box in the elite slot. Scarecrow, Berry, Horreef, Kelpie. Nothing on the curio side. So expecting some foils to start dropping pretty soon. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Come on, box. Aramos Mercenaries. Alright. Nothing special there. Giant Shark. Surely that's a portent of good things. Come on, Shark. What you got for us? A Major Explosion. Not bad. Oh, there is a foil. There is a foil hanging out there. Can't quite tell what it is. Could be an Elementalist. Just trying to get a... that would be exciting. Let's have a nudge our way closer. It is an Elementalist. That is awesome. That's a really, really cool hit. Alright, always happy to get a foil avatar. It's actually my first foil avatar that I've opened. I traded a Philosopher's Stone for a foil Battle Mage. That's how much I love Battle Mage. But actually opening a foil Elementalist is fantastic. This is a very exciting avatar to play and a really beautiful piece of artwork. So foil Midland Army unique, 2 other foil elites, and then a foil Elementalist. Not a bad box. Fenvel Muse, Rain of Arrows, Wall of Ice, and a Palibri-Bats. So a couple of packs left, expecting 3 or so more foils. And the Angel's Egg. Pufferfish, Cave Trolls, Berry, Pegasus. Oh, there's Monastery Gargoyle. A rather unexciting exceptional, which has a bit of a funnily worded ability because it's missing a couple of words. So it's a 5 cost 3 power exceptional beast. So it starts off as a minion. It says at the start and end of your turn, choose whether Monastery Gargoyle has airborne or is a non-minion artifact. So the issue is that if you make it a non-minion artifact, then the next turn you don't have the choice to turn it back into a minion. You just have the choice to give it airborne. But the intention is, of course, that it's supposed to be the choice between a minion with airborne or a non-minion artifact. But that's quite funny. Once it transforms, you can't actually really transform it back with that wording. Entangled Terrain. Things like having Entangled Terrain at the back of the pack, because we know that there's a curio with that artwork, it always makes you look twice. So maybe one or two more foils. There's one in this pack that I can see, just peeking through there. Siege Ballista, Wills of the Wisp, and a Sky Baron. And it is a Mudflow. Very interesting, exceptional sight. Good against root spiders, good against water decks. So probably one that'll see some play in sideboards here and there, I would say. And a really nice piece of art from Drew Tucker. Very sludgy. We'll get that into the foil pile. Peloribats, Rimland Nomads, Entangled Terrain again. Double, triple check that that's not the curio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, maybe one or two more foils. This last chunk of packs. I think this is actually one of 2 packs left. All right, definitely a foil there. We're just going to go straight to the foil, actually, because I've half exposed it. And it's a Deep Sea Mermaids. Beautiful artwork. Love the deep blues. Any of the cards that have deep blues in them in foil just look absolutely outstanding. Again, beautiful piece of artwork from Elvira. Very nice. All right, so we'll get to this mix. Well, we got all excited about Deep Sea Mermaids. There's a Mix Ignis. Mix Ignis following us around in this case. We've had 2 Mix Ignis, I think, in the last box, and that's our first mix from this box. And heading into the last pack. So we'll do a quick recap here before we open the last pack, see what we might be expecting. So we've got foil Deep Sea Mermaids. We've got a foil Mudflow, which I don't think I showed you the back of. Very sludgy. A foil Monastery Gargoyle. Beautiful colouring on the water there in that one. A foil Elementalist. Wow. Very happy with that hit. Beautiful full art Elementalist on the back. I think Elvira actually auctioned that painting off for charity for the Ukraine conflict. So that was a very cool piece of charity work. And Ratanus Titan there. Scavenging Fiend. All these full art backs. Like, what a great idea that was. Putting the full arts on the back of these foils. It's just a real treat to look at. And I do really think, particularly with things like basic sites, once we get more into the game and people are more familiar with what these things do, they're going to know exactly what a lone tower is. Won't need the front side anymore. Some people still want to show the foil, but showing that full art back is pretty cool as well. Midland Army, our unique foil. And then our third elite foil for the box, Conqueror Worm. Just gorgeous. All right. So I didn't count as I went through there, which was the whole purpose of doing this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So probably no foil in this last pack. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 uniques. So possibly hit a last unique here, although I have had a lot of boxes with only 7 uniques. So 2, 4, 7. There is the chance of a Philosopher's Stone here in the last pack. Let's see how lucky we are. Unland Eel, Frontier Settlers, and a Royal Bodyguard. Well, we built that up for nothing. Royal Bodyguard, a fine card, but certainly not the most exciting last pack. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. A pretty great box. 2 elite foils, plus the foil avatar, so really 3 elite foils. And then the foil unique Midland Army as well in the foil slot. The 2 4-color sites, Boneyard, which is just a fantastically powerful unique site, Smoke Sessignac, a great hoser, Grim Reaper, great old one, and Captain Baldassar, all very, very playable uniques. And the cheeky Mix Ignis as well. So not a bad box. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying our content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see future videos. And if you do want to support the channel a little bit more, you can join as a member, and we have some great giveaways for members, including at the end of this month, the Pledge Pack Occult Ritual, and then the other Pledge Pack cards still to come. We've given away the Gale Sirens already, but the Sorcerer signed by Eric still to come as well. So sign up as a member if you're interested. Thanks to all of our members for your ongoing support, and everybody else, thank you very much for watching. And to our subscribers, we hope to see you next time. Cheers.